OCs, Among Us.
What? Oh, right. Art Fight. Yeah, I should be doing that, shouldn't I?
I'm sure a few more extra hours of me goofing off is fine.
It in fact was not fine. Again, part 3 to me talking about my art fight experience this year. This is mostly me actually going through my bookmarks because I said it was my highest priority other than friends and mutuals, but I lied apparently. So, most of this will be me either doing bookmarks or a few revenges here and there, but I tried to prioritize bookmarks this last week. Art fight, yeah. We got an additional day for it this time because the crash was so bad on the first day of Art Fight, July 1st, that now it's ending on August 2nd at 12 p.m. Central Time, I think. I don't know, it's 2 hours before my time zone, so yeah. Art Fight has been going alright. I can tell people have been honestly burnt out because I have been getting a lot less attacks this week, which fair. Very fair. And also, I've been tired myself and only did maybe 10 or so attacks. I don't know, not counting, but it hasn't been as much as last time. I still did some though, Also, I want to mention this now before I forget. Ratio. So apparently, my calculations were incorrect. You see, when I was originally thinking about calculations, I was thinking it would be total attacks divided by defenses. But then when that didn't match up with my current ratio, I was like, so is it normal attacks and divided by defenses here? And that was closer to my ratio, so I thought that was it, and that friendly fire didn't count. Also because friendly fire doesn't give you the same amount of points, so I thought, oh yeah, maybe then they just don't count friendly fire. Which is not the case. Thanks to a lovely commenter telling me how they actually calculate it, it is apparently total attacks divided by total attacks plus defenses. When I first saw this, I was actually very confused because what do you mean we're including our total attacks in the division here? That doesn't make any sense. And actually it does make a lot of sense. If you think about it, those who don't get any attacks on them but they attack, they still have a 100% ratio, which if you think about it, the only way that's possible is if the numerator and denominator are the same number, because the same number divided by itself equals 1, which is equivalent to 100%. So it actually does make sense. I just wish that it was stated somewhere on how it actually was calculated rather than me having to guess and get it wrong and accidentally tell people the wrong information. But yeah, this is how it's actually calculated. Ignore what I said last time. But honestly, the only reason I was talking about my ratio so much and making jokes about it was because one of my goals was to have a passing grade of a ratio, at least 60%, but being how it's currently going, I don't know if I'll be able to do that. Maybe, but I'm not holding my breath and hoping I get that at this point. I just want to at least get past 86 art pieces this month so I can at least finish one of my goals for myself. But I also still need to get to mass attacks and animated attacks, but I'll do that later. Yeah, that's a later problem. I'm not doing that right now. Now, in this speed paint, I'm actually getting to my bookmarks. Wow. I mean, this is technically considered a late revenge, being that this person, well, the character on the left belongs to the person who technically attacked me last year and made a cool art piece, so I wanted to revenge them, even though it is kind of late. And I was reading through the character connections and trying to figure out who I felt compelled to draw, and I saw these two's character connection, and I thought it was funny, so I decided to draw it, basically. I really love their designs. They're both very appealing. Their dynamic is so fun. I don't know. The only thing was, for me, again, I fear details. I don't really like insanely detailed characters because I know myself and I will forget details, which with more details means it takes me longer, and I also just don't like taking forever doing art, but I was willing to tough through it because I really wanted to draw these two. I really love them both, so I locked in. And I also rendered, which this was honestly the beginning of me moving a lot slower. After this piece, I honestly kind of put too much pressure on my wrist, and it was kind of mad at me. I don't have wrist problems or anything like that, but normally when I'm drawing, I try to be light with my pressure on the pen because it, if you do too much, you will strain your wrist, and I didn't want that issue, so most of the time I don't put stress on my wrist, but this time I did because I was rendering too much and I wanted it to look right, so oops. Granted, my wrist is fine, don't worry, I'm fine. It's just I put too much pressure, and I kind of had to slow down because of it, because my wrist wasn't happy with me, and also because I was just tired. I think I spent most of my day doing this drawing alone because of how much rendering there was. It was worth it though, it was worth it. I loved it. I just love fun character dynamics and interactions. It's always so silly. And not gonna lie, this next one is also a bookmark, but it's also a revenge. There's a couple of those in here, but this character, I don't know, 3 5s, 555. I don't know, it just tickles my fancy. Also because maybe I was born at 5:55 p.m., so I just inherently like that number set. I don't know. But I wanted to draw this cool Roblox character because, well, it's a revenge, and also because I just like the design. It's simple, but it's also just interesting. So I did kind of go a little bit overboard because it was so simple to draw. I just wanted to do more, so I did render a little bit and kind of did a different kind of background than what I would normally do, but I think it looks cool. I had a good time drawing the character, so yay. And this is a revenge attack on Rory? I think it's Rory Goose. I'm sorry, I keep mispronouncing your username. I got another somehow lore accurate drawing from this person, and if I had a nickel for every time you drew my characters to a lore accurate / canon event, I'd have 2 nickels. Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it's happened twice. I don't know, you must be reading my mind. I don't know how you do it. But, of course, I had to return the favor, and so I decided to draw her Sona, because why not? And also because I just thought the design was cute, so, I saw pinks, and I like pink, so we draw. Honestly, I tried to keep it simple, because I think it was later in the evening at this point. That or it was raining really bad, I can't remember. But I just wanted to do something to return the favor. And I had a good time drawing it. And then this next one is another revenge, but also a bookmark of mine. It's for Jishui. I don't... pronouncing username pain, but I remember seeing this character because... I saw the model for it, and goodness, so cute. I love the design. So, of course, I had to draw the character. I love her. She's so bee and baby. But I just really adored the design. I like cute designs, and robot... I don't know, I do like robot characters, so I thought it would be fun just to do something real quick. Even though it was pretty late and I was tired, I still wanted to at least get 3 drawings done that day and kind of pick up my pace and get back into the swing of things since I was kind of falling off. I think I averaged like 1 or 2 attacks this week, which it's not bad, but I just wish I did more. So I'll try to get back into the swing of things and render. Even though I told myself I'll keep things simpler, I just really wanted to render it since it's metal, and I think it came out pretty cute. I don't know, I just love her design. I implore you, if you like cute robot designs, attack this character. Draw her, please. But yeah, I had a good time drawing it. It was very cute. This next set, and the final set, is going to be all bookmarks because I finally locked in. This character I remember finding, I think, right before the event, and I saw the design and thought he was really cool, so of course I had to draw him, and I'm finally getting around to it. I don't know, it's something about his design that just caught my attention, and I thought, oh, I want to draw him, so I did. I think this is one of the easiest ones I had within these last few days, where I kind of just knew what I wanted to do right off the bat, more or less. So, line art wasn't too bad. I did enjoy drawing this character though.
He's just so cool.
I'm a sucker for really cool looking characters, cute characters, colors that have pink and blue, you know, anything that just tickles my fancy, I'm more likely to actually draw. And I also have a interest in characters with tusks, which may or may not have to be because one of my characters has that, but we don't talk about that part. I don't know, I just finally locked in and got to one of the characters I really wanted to draw, and if you see this video, I really like your character, he's cool. I was a little nervous about getting the patterning on the jacket and the shirt accurate because I didn't know what I was doing, and I wanted to, you know, not spend forever on this, so I tried my best to simplify it while also keeping it accurate to what I could see, and I think I did alright. I mean, it looks like it, so. I also didn't really want to render, even though I still did. I tried to keep it relatively simple because rendering takes a long time, which might also be why I am so tired from drawing. I normally don't render this many drawings back to back like this, so this may be part of the reason why I'm tired and didn't really feel like doing Art Fight this last week, but we don't talk about that. I tried to just do this character justice because I thought he was really cool, and I think I did alright though. You know, simple background and some basic shading. I don't know, I just really like shading, it's kind of fun, but I think it looks cool, so no worries. This next one is also a bookmark character that I found, which is also this person's Sona. I don't know, star motifs are another thing that really just tickles my fancy, so of course, with it being close to the theme of this year and having such beautiful colors and blue, you know, I had to draw it. Granted, there were also a lot of details on this one I was nervous about getting wrong, but I think I got most of it right. I tried my best. I did struggle a little bit with coming up with the overall concept of this. I don't know what it is with yesterday, which was the 17th, but I don't know what it is with that day that I was just struggling so hard to draw. I think I technically was sketching this the night before, but I just couldn't really get myself to lock in, so I put it off till the next day, and I don't know, I just struggled in general on the 17th. I don't know what it was about that day, I just couldn't really draw like I was hoping, which may or may not have to do with the lack of sleep I had the night prior, but
It's fine.
Design-wise though, I think this design's really pretty and appealing to me. Even though it's very detailed, and I'd probably be terrified to animate this design, I don't know what it was, it just caught my attention and I really liked the character. I just love finding very cool designs that are drawable. Like this one's very drawable, even though it's very detailed, and I just love it. I don't know what it was. I think it's like between the mask and the colors. It's just so appealing. I just love characters like this. I don't know. But I think the design is really cute. I tried to do the character justice, but I told myself I wouldn't really render as much that day because rendering takes a long time, so I tried to keep things relatively simple so I can get through and move on, because I didn't want to spend hours on end doing a drawing like I did on that one near the beginning of this video. I think it came out pretty good though. I really love the colors, it's so pretty. This next one is actually an attack on someone's birthday! Wow. I remember seeing this character and thinking he looked really cool, but then I saw this person's birthday was on the 17th and I was like, you know what that means, you know what that means. So of course I had to draw one of their favorite characters and do him justice. Technically, I think I drew 2 Monkey Kid related characters. That's cool. That's cool. I did struggle with coming up with an idea, which I think was just that whole day I was struggling in general, but overall I finally got to a point where I was like, oh, this is decent enough drawing that I could pull off, and I got to work. Though, I did technically take a pretty long break in between this. I think it came out alright. Now, something that has absolutely nothing to do with the speed paint is based on a question I got about why my Sona isn't on my Art Fight page. I was going to address this a lot sooner, but I didn't think it would be that big of a deal until someone asked, so here's your answer. I had a feeling if my Sona was listed on my profile as a drawable character, most people who know me from YouTube or any other platform would be hardcore targeting my Sona over my OCs. And as much as I do love getting art in general and art of my Sona, I rather Art Fight be a focus on my OCs because that's kind of what the event's about. It's about sharing love for OCs and stuff like that, so... Also because I just don't want to have to deal with the problems of someone possibly whitewashing my Sona and or doing weird stuff. I just don't want to do that. So, just not including my Sona. If you want to still make fan art of my Sona, you can do it off-season or like off the record of Art Fight. It won't be a drawable character anytime soon, so... But yeah, anyways, back to the speed paint. I do really like this design. I love the blues, so of course I had to draw them, and I just love giving art on people's birthdays. It's just fun to do, so I don't know, I had a good time drawing them. I love them. This last one is actually Ray's character, Apollo, because his birthday was also on the 17th. Wow! So I had to draw the characters on their birthday, you know what I'm saying? I struggled with this, unfortunately. It was later in the evening, and my brain just wasn't braining that whole day because I could not draw to save my life. So I just kind of struggled for a while until I settled with doing a chibi style. I'm not necessarily sure if I would call the style I used a chibi style for this case, but I don't know what else to call it, so we're calling it that for now. I honestly don't normally draw in a air quotes chibi style because I just like sticking to my normal style, and if I do stuff that is more simplistic, it's normally stupid doodles, so I don't really mess with that. So I thought it would just be nice to kind of figure out how I go about doing more chibi-esque stuff, and it's fun to experiment, guys. I don't know. But I did kind of rush this and struggle the entire time because I was trying to finish it before it hit the next day at 12 a.m. and unfortunately it did hit 12 a.m. by the time I submitted this, but it's fine, it's fine. I think it turned out fine. I did try my best to draw them properly. There were details I ended up noticing I forgot, and I was like, oh wait, I gotta fix that too. But I don't know. Details kind of just fly out the window when my brain stops functioning. I don't know. But I did enjoy drawing them. I always like drawing actually Ray's characters. You know, June's characters are just so awesome, and I should really attack some of their other characters at some point, but you know, I'm just gonna keep attacking Paulo definitely on his birthday if I ever get the chance. You know, it's fun. But yeah, I tried my best. I don't know. But yeah, those are all the drawings I've done this last week. Not as many as last time, but I feel like it's fine. Yeah, all the people who I've attacked are in the description. I always link the people in the description, so definitely check them out and attack them too. And yeah. Well, that's it for me. Like and subscribe if you like my stuff. I have not been saying that in the last few videos, so oops. I'll see you later. I hope you have a great day, night, afternoon, evening. I don't know what time it is for you, but I hope you have a good time and enjoy Art Fight if you're participating. Yeah.
See ya!